So this is the invoice of 21,000. Now, if I go to the F110, so you can also run this F110 by taking a reference of your existing or previous run. How? So let's have the date as today's date, and we have the ID identification as DME1, and you can go to the parameter. If you want to copy the parameter, you can just see there is a button to copy. So from which run date and ID you want to copy the parameter. So we have, I think, previous run, that is 5th of May 2022, and we have the ID as IDOC1. So let's copy. So you can just see system has automatically adjusted the dates. So since we have put it here the date as 6th of May, so automatically our next run date is 7. Change the payment method. So this time the payment method is going to be R, that is for the DME. When the number is correct, we can go to the additional information, and here also the information is fine. Now we can go to the printout data medium. So this is not required. You can just remove it. And now you can go back, save this parameter, and now create the proposal. So when you are going to create the proposal, so here we have the start immediately. Normally we select the start immediately, but if you want to get your DME file, your DME output file generated, so for that you need to select this checkbox also, that is create the payment medium. Enter. So it is saying that the proposal is running. Keep pressing the enter button. It has been created. Now you go to the proposal log and go down. At the bottom, it will show you that proposal, this DME output file has been generated or not. So you can just see it is saying that the DME file has not been created because of the location we have given. Okay, so I just keep it as blank. So where we have maintained that location in the OBPM4, where we have created that variant. Yeah, this one, OBPM4. Now here we have this 8484 DME. We can make the changes in the variant ID. We have this one, and this I just keep it as blank. And here press enter button, save, remove the checkbox for the output to the file system, and once again we can go back and rerun this proposal. So recreate this proposal, delete yes, and create proposal, enter. So go to the log, again go at the bottom. Now this time you can just see system has created the output file, and it is saying that this you will be able to view. So DME tree for 8484 has been created, and how you will be able to view. In order to view this DME output file, it is saying that you need to go to the menu, environment, payment media, and then we can go to the display log. So we can go back. This message should come, okay? Otherwise your DME output file will not be generated or would not have been generated by system. So you go to the menu, environment. Here we have the payment medium, and you need to go to the DME administration. You can just see this is your DME file, and amount is 21,000. Here you make sure the format system has picked the same as you have assigned in your payment method in country. And after that you select this. If you want to view this, then you can click on the display button. If you want to download this, then you can just see here we have the download option also. Now let's display this information. So this is the information we have, where it is saying that the message ID. So this message ID system is giving automatically. Then we have the number of invoices. We have one, amount is 21,000, and this is the name of our debtor, which is our client ID. Then we have the payment information. It is same as your message ID. Then this is the, actually we have two types of information. One is static and another is dynamic. Okay, so this is the static information. Why it is coming? Because in the service level we would have given here this information SEPA. Otherwise system would have given here the dynamic information. Now you go down, and here you can just see we have the currency as USD, we have the service level as SLV, and here we can just go down little, scroll down. It is giving us the information for our vendor, and we don't have here anywhere, we don't have, we can't see the information for our bank, like vendor's bank we can't see here. So this is not a correct, or this is not the complete information we are having in our output file. So in this case, what we need to do, we need to make the changes in the DME tree, and how we can make these changes. So you can just see only address and name of your vendor is coming. So if you want to get your bank information populated for your vendor, so in that case what you do, you go back and you go to the DME tree. This time you need to give the tree type, your ID, and you will go to the change option. And here, first of all, you need to know if the system is generating this DME file, the content here we have in this DME file system is picking from where. Okay, let's say we have the client name, we have the this SEPA. Okay, so from where system is picking this information. Okay. So you can just see this is the DME tree we have, and we can go to the payment information, and we can go to the payment type, payment information. So here we have this payment information, this one. Now we need to see, we need to know from where system is picking this SEPA, where we have written it. So what you do, you double click on this node, and you will see for each of the node you will have these 5 tabs. So we have the first tab as attribute, second as source, third as aggregation, and we have the next as condition comment. So first is the attribute. Attribute means what kind of node it is. If it is going to pick your constant information, constant means static information. You can just see here mapping procedure. So this node we have mapped as what? It is going to pick the static information, or it is going to pick the structure information. So structure means whatever the information we have, we would have maintained in the configuration. So system is going to pick that information. Then the fourth option, system is going to make a total of it. So for some node, let's say we have the sum of the invoices. So system, in that case, system is going to take the total or subtotal. So that particular for that particular calculation, we can select this option called aggregation. And exit module, if you want to, if you have any custom field and you want to incorporate that custom field, so in that case we can use the exit module, and this we can use it with the help of a paper. Now here we have the constant. Actually we need to main focus for these two. Actually sometimes these are also called as atom. So we need to find out that what do you mean by this constant and structure. So let's see the constant first. We can go to the next tab, that is the source tab, because this information, whatever the radio button we have selected, so to confirm it we can go to the source tab. In the source tab you can just see the constant information we want every time system to populate it is, you can just see SEPA. If I will write something else, let's say here we have the I just make it any text here, let's say it is the wire payment. Okay, so system is going to next time it is going to pick wire only. So that is a static information, and whatever the information we maintain in this DME file, so it is divided into 3 parts. It is divided into the 3 parts. So how you will be able to know? So you can just see here we have the source field for the application. So we have the field name. Under this it is showing you source field for the application, and you can just see the technical name we have. It is FPH, it is FPHX, and it is FPP. So what does it mean? It means that when you are going to have your output file, in that whatever the nodes we have, so those nodes system is going to maintain at these 3 levels. So in the first level, actually we have a structure. So that node is that output file which we are seeing. So it is having a particular structure, and that structure will have the level of information. So for the first level, which is the payment information, in this what type of fields you will come across, you can just see these many fields you will come across. For example, you will have the name of the payee, your payee bank, your bank chain, your payment document, your payment method. So all this information can be pulled up. Whereas in the FPHX, you will have again a set of field. Here we will be having the pairs bank, pair name. Then we have the again the bank chain. We have the payment document, and these are the fields we have. Now, how we can view and we can see the technical name for this? So I'll also show you that, and you can just see the last. We have the FPP, which under this we will be able to get the information about the payment document. So which payment document has been created? You can just see here we have the information about the paid item, for which company code the payment has been made. So this kind of information we can maintain under this level of structure. Now this is the constant field we have seen, okay? And now if we need to have the dynamic field, so how we can have it? So first I'm going to save it, and before you save it, you need to check it if it is the information which we are maintaining, so it is not going to impact your structure. It should not give any inconsistent result. So how we can do it? So for that, you can just see there is a option to check your tree. Click on the check tree, and you should have this message that DME structure is consistent and no error found. After that, you can go for the save option. Enter. Now one more option I want to incorporate the bank information. So how you will be able to get it? So here you have a transaction code, note down, it is SCE12, and you will be able to see here the structure. That structure we have decided, or we have discussed that it is divided into the three parts. We have first as FAP, second is HX, and then we have the last one pay. So first let's have here the structure as FPH, and then we can click on the display option. Click on the display option. So you can just see under this structure, and what is the name of the structure, it is going to give you the information about the payment data. So this is the payment medium. It will have the information about the payment data, and you can just see this is the normal description we can just see, and on the left side we have the technical name. So this is the technical field name we have, and which field is having, which field will be carrying your character, your numeric information, so that we will be able to see here. Now what I want the name of the vendor's bank should come in the DME file. So what I need to do, I need to search for the Pays bank. So just enter only bank. It will take you some fields relevant for the bank. Now you can just see we have the bank key of the Pays bank. We have the bank account number of the Pay bank, and you can just see what is the technical name for these two fields. So we have the first as ZBNKY, and the next is ZBNKL. So these are the two fields which we can use. If you want to also incorporate the field like the SWIFT code or the BIC ID, then the bank account number. So bank number is same as your bank key. Remember that house bank, okay? So this is the bank key I want to incorporate, and the next field I want to have, that is the bank account number of my payee, which is BNKN. So these two fields I want to have. One is BNKY and another is ZBNKN. So how I will be able to do it? For that, you need to once again go back to the tree, and you need to come out of this structure, and here we have the creator information, because we need to have it for our vendor. So vendor information will be having under the creator credit transaction, and in this we will be having a node for the creator account. So go to the creator account. You can just see one is creator, this one, and second is your creator account, which will have the information about your bank. And I go to the creator account at the same level where we have the ID. So at same level I want to insert it. So right click on the insert button. So at same level under the creator account, so you have the IBAN and you also have the bank ID. So this is the information we want to like maintain as a bank information. So for that, what do? You double click on this. System will allow you to make the changes with the text. So you just double click on this. So once you will have this arrow button, so you will be able to make the changes in the attribute tab. So the short description here, we want to have the main information. So this is what bank information. bank info. So that is the main node we have, bank info. After that, you just go. After that, you need to go to the source, and in the source you go down, and also you just check the structure. So here it is saying that it is not mapped to any of the field. So okay, just keep it, because it is going to be a header, and below that we want to populate the information for the bank key and bank account number. So for that, what do? You go to the IBAN. In the IBAN, you just notice here we have the structure, and in this structure, system is going to pick the information whatever the IBAN you will be maintaining for your vendor. And you go to the source and you just observe here, system is going to take this information from where? From your FAH. So this is the FAH, okay? And then you can search for this Z IBAN. So here we have the Z IBAN. You can just see system is maintaining the information, or system is like taking the information from this Z IBAN. So we are not using the IBAN, we are using the bank key. So here what I want to do, I want to change the source, and in order to change the source, first you change the name also. This is not the IBAN, this is the bank key. So we can also have here the technical name BNKY, that is a bank key, and or you want to have here bank key, then this way also we can maintain. You just go to the source, and in the source you give the technical name for your bank key, which is ZBNKY, just one. Then at the same level, at a bank key, I want to have a one more node. So what do? You keep the cursor on this, right click, copy, and again you right click, and you just click on the insert option. So now you have again a bank key, okay? But here in this bank key, I want to have the account number. So we can have here BNKN. You will be able to relate it. Now go to the source. In the source, we can give the reference of the Z, B, and K. So whatever the field ID you have been given here, as it is, you need to paste it here. After that, just save it. And again, before you save, you click on this check option, and then you click on the create this activate button. So once you have saved this and you have not activated this, then system would not have incorporated all those changes which we have made. So it is required, it is mandatory, after you make any kind of change, you need to activate your DME tree. It should be in activated mode, not in the maintenance mode. So it is saying that now your tree is activated. Now we can see next time when we are going to generate this output file, system is taking that bank information for our vendor or not. So for that, once again we can create the proposal. So here I'm going to delete this proposal and recreate it. Click on the proposal, recreate this proposal, and this time we are expecting in the DME file that bank information should be populated. So you can just see second file we have created, and you can just see the number of like serial number has been given 1, 2. Okay, so we need to have the latest one, that is the second. Go to the content, and you can just see now this time wire is coming, and we can just go down. This is the service level. If you remember the static information, this is static. Okay, now we need to have that source information, structure source information, and you can see now that bank key is coming, that bank account number is also coming. Okay, so what happens in the real time? So the bank is going to share that format with the client, and client will be sharing with you. And in that, whatever the nodes bank is looking for, so those nodes, we need to make sure those nodes should be populated, and we need to have those sets, those proper sequence, proper order we need to maintain. So that is the ask that we need to have, like we will be having in the real time. Okay, about this DME. So now proposal is fine. Now I want to generate the actual payment. So for that, because what will happen? So in some client, and also with this, you can trigger a email ID. So what will happen? So when you are creating this proposal, or when you have created this payment, So a email will be triggered to the bank, and in that mail, they will be having this information that or they will have this attachment of the DME file, that this is the payment we have processed. Now you can you like bank needs to process the payment from their end, and accordingly they will send back the result, or they will send back the file to the SAP server, to the client, that okay, we have, out of let's say 5 checks, we have cleared 4 checks and 1 check got returned. So that type of work we will be having. Now I'm going to generate the proposal, and I'm going to generate the payment. In order to do that, we can go to the payment run. Steps are going to be same, and make sure you selected this checkbox, create the payment medium, enter, and here you should have here the message that payment posting order generated, completed. And once again you go to the environment, payment medium, and DME administration. So now you can just see here we have the first row. In the first row, this checkbox has not been selected. Why? Because this is not a proposal, this is the actual payment. So you can just see for each of the proposal line item, system will be having this checkbox. Okay, but if you will be having your actual payment, for that you will have this, that the checkbox will not be shown by a system in that particular row. Okay, now if you want to see the output is same as coming in the proposal, so we can see and check it. So you can just see all the same, it is same like we have in the proposal. Okay, this is how we can generate the DME file. Okay, in this DME file we have understood that some kind of information will be static, and some information the system, most of the information system is going to pick it from the data we have maintained, and that data could be a master data or transaction data. That's it. So with this we have completed the DME.